That's how you get the name Auntie.
Yeah, that's how you got the name.
That's true.
When they proposed the name Ritch Auntie, I'm gonna tell you, I was like, I ain't nobody fucking auntie. I got my nieces and nephews, but I don't want to be nobody auntie. But at the end of the day, if you think about the younger women that surround you, that you've mentored,
I believe that. Through God, I really believe that.
Hey everybody, thank you for coming back to the Ritch Auntie podcast. Today, I am by myself. Trina actually took the day off for Easter Sunday. And, you know, we got to keep flying this plane as we build it. So no days off, always working. So I'm here to bring you some information this week. Today is Easter Sunday, as you know. And how are you spending your day today? Family, friends, Easter egg hunts. What are you doing? What's your family traditions? I'm interested in hearing what people do on Easter. I'm from Panama, so in Panama, we celebrate by kicking off Carnavales, and Easter is really celebrated from Ash Wednesday until Easter Sunday, which we all know that Easter, really signifies the resurrection of Jesus Christ. So that's what we should be celebrating. So what are you doing this Easter? What did you fix for dinner? I had to cook for my kids today. Unfortunately, I didn't get that off. So I did a little cooking myself, and wanted to continue to, bring you the podcast. So I made sure that today we are taping. So let's go into at Auntie's house. What are we going to talk about today? Kason, I got to talk to you about. So we got a page on TikTok, guys. So we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, Spotify, iHeartRadio. So those are the 5 places you can catch the Ritch Auntie podcast. But on TikTok, it seems like we are getting the most hate mail, I guess you could say. I never thought, I always hear about people saying, and I don't want to say celebrities, but you just... when you post something, you get a reaction, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes that reaction is not always going to be positive. It's not always going to be good. But at the end of the day, some of the stuff, I guess, that we're posting, I just want to remind people, and I think I say this every week, don't I, Kason? Mm-hmm. I say, you're only seeing a 5 to 10 second snippet of the podcast. So what you're seeing on YouTube, not on YouTube, but what you're seeing on IG, because we got the Ritch Aunties page on IG. You could go to Nena Bonita 609 on IG or Darnett Holmes on IG, and we post a 10-second snippet of what's coming, right? Mm-hmm. That's it. You're seeing 10 seconds. So, guys, if you see that we're male bashing on a 10-second snippet, you're not getting the whole podcast. So you're not getting what we're trying to give you, right? So please do not, you're commenting, fine, comment, because we want your honest opinion. Even if it's bad, please don't say that we're not quality women, though, because you don't know me. You don't know my history. You don't know my background. So for you to comment and say, 2 angry black women, oh my God, talking about the same shit, talking about men and male bashing, that's not what we're doing. If you would just go to YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, you can watch the whole podcast and can see that we're not male bashing. There's times that we have to come back and correct ourselves. And as Trina says, and as I say all the time, we're giving you a woman's perspective into dating, a woman's perspective into life, our lives, what we've experienced. We're not always going to be right. Last week we talked about femininity or masculinity with women and men being able to break down a woman's masculinity. And that was just from a woman's perspective. So there were some comments made that, can a woman break down a male's femininity? Uh-huh. And I was thinking to myself, that's a good ass question. Can we? Can that be done?
Can a woman's
because there's some feminine males out here, and I don't know if the guy that posted the comment was talking about gay men or what, or just men that are a little bit more feminine.
Saying, can you make it more masculine?
Can you make them more masculine?
I mean, if the woman is tougher than the man, then I don't see why she wouldn't be able to. But I don't know.
I think it has to do. I mean, it was a great question because I've never thought about that.
neither.
To be honest, I have never thought about, can a woman break down a man's femininity?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm thinking to myself, when I read it, I was like, shit, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
And I mean, all I could comment was, it depends on the man and if the person wants to change. And that goes both ways. I think that because from a woman's perspective, we said, yes, a woman's masculinity can be broken down, because we were thinking from a woman's perspective, who wants to be tough all the time? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? As a woman, I feel like if you love her the right way and you nurture the relationship and you invest your time and, create something great, yeah, that could break down her masculinity, because she doesn't feel like she has to be 100% all the time, being that tough exterior. You know what I'm saying? Making those decisions.
Because that's like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, it's like a
protection.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So I feel like, yeah, you can break that down. So when the guy posed the question, can a woman break down a man's femininity? I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a
so
feminine man.
So I guess his comment was like,
yeah.
How can a man break down a woman's masculinity when a woman can't break down a man's femininity? Yeah. Which is a good point, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that comment, because to be honest, I didn't know how to answer you.
Yeah, me neither right now.
Right now, it's like, can we? I don't think we can. But it depends on a person that wants to change. If the woman is very feminine, maybe the man can't be as feminine as her. Yeah. I don't know, but that's a great question. I'm not sitting here saying we know the answers to everything, because we don't.
The answer to that one.
And then I just wanted to take the opportunity to kind of
read some of them comments.
Yeah, read some of the comments. I was going to suggest that. Yeah, because when I tell you, it has been a little bit crazy. With the comments that were made.
Men will make you feel
I didn't know y'all was going viral like that. They over there trying to.
When I tell you, producer.
Look, I be picking those clips for a reason. I know they're going to get some engagement on them.
It's crazy. I had to put my glasses on for this one, producer, because at the end of the day, when I tell you. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Mike Lowry 9977, because thanks, Mike. You came to our defense several times as far as, saying that queens shouldn't have to go through this, and you're raising your sons differently to respect women from what he's posted, which I truly love that. You did come to our defense a lot of times. I mean, we were depicted as two angry black females. And I was like, I don't think we come off across like that, do we?
No, negative, not at all.
And it's like, wow, this is, we were called two lonely ass bitches by James Green 26701. Yeah, James, I'm calling your ass out because you're going to call us two angry bitches. How can you call us two angry bitches by a 10-second snippet of what you're seeing? You don't even know us to even call us bitches at the end of the day. Like, what? Yeah, a bitch is a female dog. Like, what the fuck? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But this guy truly, truly went out there and said that. I mean, producer, these comments, oh my God. We're probably single.
Yeah.
By choice, baby. You're right. Yes, I'm single. Katrina has a boyfriend, but I'm single, and it's by choice. Like, at the end of the day, we're all adults. Like, just because we're on social media and we're hiding behind these platforms, I mean, it's crazy to defame somebody or say things about people's character that you know nothing about.
They're bored.
It's like, what? This is crazy. I knew that coming on and starting this Ritch Auntie podcast, we would get negative feedback. Okay, that's cool. But I just felt like after reading some of these posts, it was just like, wow. Yeah. Leo the King, 83. They talking about quality, but they definitely not quality. How do you know we're not quality, Leo the King? You're supposed to be the king of the jungle, and you're supposed to be protecting women, and here you are talking about us being not of quality. You don't even know us. How could you say we're not of quality?
Yeah, he's bugging.
That's a trip to me. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not disrespecting anybody. I don't think Trina's disrespecting anybody. Any of our guests that we have on this Ritch Auntie podcast, we are not here to disrespect men, disrespect people. Like, we're all humans. We all have feelings at the end of the day. And it's hurtful to see somebody write something about you that they don't even know you. So if you want to get to know myself, the guests on this panel that come here and to bring you information, like I said, this is the Ritch Auntie podcast. It's two women talking about their life experiences, okay, and how we deal with relationships. Yeah, we don't make the best choices all the time, but people aren't always transparent when they're coming. Am I correct, producer?
No, you being
People
right.
are not always transparent when they're coming into a relationship. So yes, when you're getting someone's representative, you might make the wrong choice about the person you're dealing with until you meet the actual representative and say, let me get the hell out of here, because that's a red flag, right?
Yeah, no, people
So,
put up that, you know, what they want you to see, especially when you first meeting them.
And I understand a lot of you guys were saying, hey, stop calling these guys that have all these hoes men, because they're not. I understand that could be offensive, because we said, you know, a lot of men may have a quantity of hoes. I don't even want women to think we're calling them hoes, because at the end of the day, that's just an expression that someone said and we just said it too. You know what I'm saying? So for that, I apologize if anybody got offended, because that's not what we're here for. We're not here to offend anybody either. So I thought that was just some commentary. You didn't think, boy, I don't know what it is with TikTok.
No, it's funny.
But they out here. Y'all TikTokers are out here, boy. Y'all commenting, and y'all definitely don't like some of the things that we've said. Cool. We want to keep you interested. We want you to keep following, keep viewing the podcast. But please go to YouTube, go to Spotify, go to iHeartRadio. Check us out there, right?
Yeah, go comment on YouTube and let us know you seen the full episode. Then
then you post a comment.
We like, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
now
let
you
us
can
know that.
understand, because there's times where we defend men.
Exactly.
Right? That we say, hey, you know, even Tiffany said on one of the episodes that a man can be a prize to a woman. See, you didn't watch that. You didn't go check out that episode. It's the same episode, but you're watching a 10-second snippet of what's coming. So please, I understand. Hey, you want to go out there and comment? No problem. I'm open to your comments, but I did want to, you know, kind of pull some of the comments up, because as I was reading them, I was like, damn,
they were
lonely
hilarious.
bitches. Like, I thought it was crazy, because I was like, wow, where do people get this from? Like, how do you know somebody's lonely? I might have, just like you, quantity over quality too. Shit, I'm not putting my business out there, but I'm just saying, you never know.
It could be.
Could be, right? Could be. Another thing was that I thought was interesting at Auntie's house, we're still at Auntie's house, that I thought was interesting, Kason, that we talked about, was the Shade Room actually posted men giving advice to women.
Really?
Yes, it was crazy, but I loved it, because a lot of the advice that the men were giving on the Shade Room was actually good.
Really?
Great advice. Yes. This one guy actually gave like a bullet point of.
Oh, he been writing that for a little while.
Man, he was writing for a minute. He said, when a man shows you who he is the first time, believe him. Ladies, you're hearing this from a guy.
Oh.
When a man shows you who he really is the first time, you best believe it. Okay? That's what he said. He said I think it says, fuck potential. Take a whole man or no man at all.
Dang.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Said the potential you can't. So he's saying, forget the potential that a man has to offer you. Either he comes whole or she comes whole. Because he's saying both men and women.
Yeah, both ways.
So it could go both ways, right? He says how he treats marginalized people is a good indicator of how he'll treat you.
I mean, that's like based on his friends or anybody that he comes in contact with.
Right, anyone that he comes that's less
true.
than him.
Yeah, that's
right?
very true.
So that's true. Never settle. What you want does exist. So never settle for another person. Go in knowing what you want from the top and not settle, because when you're settling, you yourself are not going to be happy.
No, as soon as I see a red flag, I'll be out.
You be like, out. You don't even give him a chance.
No.
You like,
I done gave mad chances in my life, and it never turned out to be not what I thought it was going to
Oh,
be. You know?
so when you seen that red flag, it actually was what you thought it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. What's a red flag that men usually encounter?
The red flag for me laziness, no passion for things, no drive, not
no
driven,
hustle.
No hustle. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So if I don't see that and I just see laziness all the time, I can't be there.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah,
that'll make me a little lazy, and I'm trying to be going. You know.
Yeah, you're trying to be hustling out here. It should be his God, you, then everyone else. So believe in God, then of course in you, the relationship, and then everyone else after that.
Okay.
So yes, so very important. And this is from Bruce underscore cares. I thought Bruce gave out some good advice for women. Another one, numero uno, don't take relationship advice from your single female.
No,
your
never
single
that.
female or male friends. Oh my God, can I tell you that my son has told me this so many times? Sin has told me this so many times. Do not take advice from your single girlfriends. There's a reason that they're single.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's funny because even when you go to your single friends and sometimes you be like, they be on point sometimes though. Don't get me wrong, but don't never let their opinion of your relationship set your...
be the end all be all.
The end all be all for you making a decision with that person, because that could really be...
Nobody never knows truly what you experience in the situation
Right.
unless they're
And it's one-sided.
Yeah, exactly.
Girls, I know you are... I ride or die with my girls. I'm always going to take your side, but there's always two sides to a story. That's definitely. A man who truly loves you will not embarrass you in any way. You don't have to go through hell to be loved. BP Rich. I thought that was good too. Oh, he's a Dominican papi too. All right, BP Rich. I see you. So that was the good one. If he's not investing in you, your mental health, happiness, or pushing you to grow both in business, he's not the one for you.
See, that's what I'm saying. And to be able, when they're lazy, they don't even want that push of motivation. They think that you're being aggressive with them or passive aggressive or whatever. Like,
so he's saying if they're not investing in you, that means if they're not investing in you, they're not really spending time with you. Yeah. And when getting to know somebody is really spending time with that person, investing your time. Time is the only thing that you can really invest in a person to really figure out who they are. What's their character traits? What character traits are you looking? What are they showing you? So that's very, very important, I think, to grow in a relationship, to pushing you to grow both in business too. Generosity is not always kindness or sign of caring. Many men will give you money and still ruin your life. Oh my goodness. This is Kingmaker on IG. Oh my God. That is so true. Just because he gives you money don't mean he can't ruin your life, ladies. Ruin you. Oh my goodness. I thought that was a good one.
But do women accept the money and look past the other stuff?
I think so. I think a lot of times they do. They look at monetarily, he'll take care of me. So what? He just punched me in the face.
Dang, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of women that say that, like, okay, he's a little bit controlling, but he's got money. Or he don't talk to me right, but he got a little bit of money. No, money is not going to change anything, ladies. At the end of the day, love yourself. That's the most important thing. Because once you love yourself, no one else can come in and, devalue you as a person once you love yourself, because then you're going to hold them to higher standards, because you hold yourself to higher standards when you love yourself, right?
100%.
That makes sense to me anyway. Pointing out when your partner does something right is just as important as pointing out when they do something wrong. That I'm not praising anyone for doing the bare minimum. Attitude is nothing but your ego talking. I'm going to say, shut the F up, brag on or praise them. Wow. So that's true too. Don't always just point out the negative. Yeah. He's saying, point out the positive. You did this for me. You do that for me. That's important in a relationship. And especially when you're starting off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like he's going through it right now, though. Yeah. With the way he was typing.
J Dreamcom, Jesus _ is his name. Putting you out there, son.
Yeah, he got some stuff going on.
Then this other guy said, men are very easy to please. Don't add stress or create drama. A lot of time when we say we're thinking about nothing, we mean literally nothing or nothing interesting or important. Communicate bluntly. Lots of men are basically autistic and don't make ultimatums.
No, for real though, I hate ultimatums.
Really?
Yeah, it makes me feel like a child. Like when somebody says it's anything that makes me feel like a child.
If you don't do this, I'm gonna break up with you.
Anything
or
like that.
You're not doing what I need, so I'm gonna break. I think men need redirection though.
In like what way?
And I think an ultimatum is like a redirection of what you want. Sometimes you got to say at a certain point when you keep saying to a man, you're not listening. Like, for example, just say you're dating someone and they're not good at communicating. Mm-hmm. So they don't call you throughout the day. They don't text them. Women expect that. Yeah. Women expect a man to text them, good morning, good afternoon, what are you doing? Just checking on you, that kind of stuff. And if you go to a man and say, you don't text me or call me throughout the day, I don't hear from you for 2 to 3 days, I feel like redirection, an ultimatum is like either you're going to do this or you're not, or someone else will.
He don't really like you if he going that long. He got some other people that he
getting the
messages.
I've heard that.
I'm telling
is that
you,
true?
Yeah, somebody else is getting the messages.
That's what it is then.
He texts you when he's
sometimes
bored.
You need to listen. Ladies, we need to listen to these men because they know.
For sure.
They know.
Trust me, I know.
Because see, we're thinking, they're saying they're busy. Oh, you're too busy to text. Okay, it's okay. So then the woman will put more effort into texting and calling because they're not doing it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, so what you're saying is that if they're not texting or calling, it's because they're spending time with someone else.
It only take 10 seconds to send a message.
I always say you can be sitting on the toilet and send a message.
It's literally the
you got to stop to take a pee when you're going in the bathroom. Literally say hello. Yeah. Like, damn, I never thought about it like that. But I guess you're right. You're just not into me.
Even if it's one, like you said, the morning, sometime during. It don't even got to be a message throughout the day, but just a couple times. Or even pick up the phone to say hi.
Yeah. Just quick 5 minutes. Exactly. Hello, how you doing? How's your day going? That kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to start listening to these men then because they saying if he ain't texting.
Yeah.
Producer says he texting somebody else, ladies. Sure. He ain't texting you because he ain't into you.
Come on.
And he don't like you like that. So that means that if he's not showing you attention and he's not texting or calling, when he shows up at night, lock the fucking door and don't let that bastard in because that means that he's not into you. That's the rich auntie advice for real, because sometimes we'll be like, oh, he's just busy all day. No, he's just not into you. You heard it. The producer said it. He said, cleanliness is not always cute. I hate a clingy man. Oh my God, cannot stand it. But he says, this is from a male's perspective. Ladies, men are saying, cleanliness is not always cute. Be your own individual outside of me. Let's enjoy personal space to miss each other. At the end of the day, it makes even more interesting conversation, talking about how we both spent those moments outside of each other. Well, that might be what the guy is doing. He's not texting or calling her because he's giving her time to be an individual.
No, but if you're saying like 3 days, 3 days to be an individual.
So ladies, if he don't text you in 24 hours, it has nothing to do with you being cleanly. Yeah. It just has to do with
one little
not
text
into
ain't
you.
Nothing. You know
yeah, what I mean? Okay, because he's saying, let's be separate so that when we come together. I think that's a great idea. You don't have to do, there's some men that,
and he's saying be busy. Remember, I was just telling you that
you got your own stuff going on.
It's like
be on your hustle.
Exactly.
Basically, he's saying be on your hustle. Continue doing what you're doing separate from me. And when we get together, we're going to have a lot to talk about. And it's going to make you appreciate the moments that you are together because you don't get to spend that much time.
And you know that you're making time for that person to fit it in.
And
he's
your making time for you.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
100%.
Making time. That's the most important thing. I think that's important. But I don't know, because if he's that same guy that ain't texting and calling, might be a problem. I don't know. He's trying to let you know you're too clingy. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm clingy at all. I don't think I've ever been clingy. I could not deal with that. No, I don't even like a man that want to be around me.
That's that up north swag. Like you just
like get away. I don't want to be, but because I like to be honest from a mature woman's perspective. Like I like spending time with my guy, but don't push it. You know what I'm saying? Because I like spending time with my girls too. Because I think that women need time. A man needs time to be away from his woman, just with his boys 100%. And kind of.
And even by yourself.
Oh yeah, even by yourself. And then for me, I feel like, you know, the time that I work out by myself is my time for my peace. That's my de-stressing. And then, of course, when you're with your girlfriends, it's a different type of conversation, you know. But ladies, remember, don't let your single girlfriends keep you single. Don't let that happen. So it says, love yourself more than you love him. This is a man saying this. Love yourself, ladies, more than you. That's that self-love. When you love yourself, you can love someone. You know what I'm saying? But make sure that you're always put yourself first, because that's important. Whatever happened between you and him is not the child or children's fault. Oh, my goodness. Stop putting the anger on them. That is so true. It's a lot of us that, you know, you get mad at your baby daddy and then you take it out on the kids. And that's not fair, not to let your kids see their dad because you're mad at them. That's not cool. Let them continue that relationship. That it should be between your relationship with your baby daddy and not your kids' relationship. Should not be impacted by the relationship that you have with them. I think that's very important. I don't know. Yeah, some women can't disconnect that. You're doing a lot of damage to the kids because the kids think because mom and dad are arguing, then the kid takes a certain approach to the parent too. You know what I'm saying? Starts not to like them.
Exactly.
Especially boys are like that. I can say from being a mom, you guys were like that growing up too. Yeah. So it was like, what? You hate dad today? Well, we hate him too. Like, ladies, we got to stop that. We got to stop that. Continue to let your baby daddy love your children and let your children love them, because your relationship is separate and we need to keep that separate. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, quit trying to be masculine. Ladies, we talked about
y'all just talked
having
about that
masculine trait last week, that women have to be masculine because we're out here raising kids. We're providing for ourselves and our children. There's no man in the house. So sometimes when you have boys, you have to be more masculine to show them that you're tough, because you don't want them boys turning around and talking jump to you because you're a female. Yeah, you don't and want them trying to take over the house. Yeah, taking over the house. And
I done seen that too.
Yeah, I've seen that. So definitely, I understand why women have to be, but men are saying quit trying to be masculine. Men and women are not equal. Wanting to be valued and respected and pushing to be another man in the relationships are not the same thing. That makes sense. Yeah. Wow.
Man, talking game right there.
You know, he's talking game. He's saying it can't be two men in the relationship. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm just giving my opinion. He's saying it can't be two masculine people, two men in the relationship. One of y'all got to lead. And who best to lead but the man? Let the man lead. That's what he's saying. Respect him. Value him and his leadership. Trust him. Trust him to lead. If he is trustworthy, trust him to lead. There's a lot of men that are males in a relationship. There's a difference between being a man in a relationship and being a male in a relationship. And I think a lot of times a man, you'll see the red flags from the beginning. If you move in with a man and he ain't paying half the rent, first of all, I don't believe in half. But if that's your situation and he's paying if he's not paying half the rent, that's a red flag, and that means that he's not the one. That's how I feel. How can you respect somebody that's not able to help you pay the rent as a woman?
Yeah, now I understand if something happened and he was working and he ended up
down
different. Bad. Yeah,
that's different. But a lot of men, if you were a hustling dude gonna make it happen.
Yeah, 100%.
He gonna make sure that he provides regardless whether he got a job or not.
Yeah.
But I've even seen, in relationships where it's two women and even two men, there's one person providing more for the other. So it happens a lot more than we think it does. So, but like you said, situations happen. Someone might lose their job. Someone might need you to help them until they get back on their feet. But also make sure that they're hustling in front of you. Because
if not, they're being lazy.
They're being lazy. And what did producers say? He don't like lazy ladies. And there's some of us out there that believe that a man should be taking care of us. And We shouldn't have to contribute.
But even if a man is taking care of you, have some passions, have some goals, do some charity work, like have something. Don't just be sitting around all day.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Especially, I think when you have children in a relationship and a man's taking care, it's different because you're in the house, you're probably cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids. But if it's just you, like you don't have kids, and most of the women you deal with don't have kids. So it's like, where's your hustle, ladies?
Exactly.
These men are saying just because you don't have kids, you could have some type of hustle in you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's your dreams? What do you
What's your aspirations? It's funny because the other day I was having a conversation with someone and they said, oh, I won't say who this person is, but I was having a good conversation with someone and they were talking about sometimes we ask the wrong questions. Like we ask, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? You know, what do you like to do in your spare time? He was like, what? Why are you asking them dumbass questions? Those are not the questions that as ladies we should be asking. We should be asking like, what's your, your 5-year goal, or what do you plan on doing this year into next year? Do you plan on changing jobs? Like you have to ask uncomfortable questions.
That's how you get to know somebody.
That's how you get to know somebody. And one thing that he pointed out is that you get to see how they handle stress by asking them, like putting them on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Whether they get offended, whether they get mad, Some people will cut you off after you ask them some serious questions because they're like, oh, they know you're not no game and nothing to be played with.
Yeah,
so
you can see really where their mind is.
Right. And they'll walk away because they know that they can't. And it's funny because a lot of women will say, dang, like I met him one time. We went out on a date. We had great conversation. Then I never heard from him again. But that's because the pressure, he knew that, and it goes for a man too. You scared him away really because that person knew that they could not handle your standards, the standards that you have. So I think that goes both ways, men and women. You know what I'm saying? So know what you want and go for what you want. If that person is not showing you that they are what you want, baby.
I mean, they're not really trying to waste your time, so you really can't even be mad.
That's respectful.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. But you could have communicated, but I can't be mad.
You could have said to me, hey, your standards is high. I can't meet them right now.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'll text you in 2 years.
Right. When I get myself together, I know that you're not a bullshit type. And it's funny because women, I know for women, from a woman's perspective, because I am a woman, I mean, I've been offended before, like, damn, I thought we had a great conversation. The date went well, but when you come to a man and say, I have this, and I make this kind of money and this and that, they'd be like, oh, nah, she got her shit together. I can't be playing with her like that.
Exactly.
Because men and women both, if you have no money, you should not be dating.
Yeah, y'all say that all the time.
Yes, you should not be dating if you're broke or you're trying to get yourself, not even that you're broke, but if you have goals for yourself and you know that consists of saving money, don't date. Keep your money in your pocket because dating costs money. Especially men. I feel sorry for y'all sometimes, because y'all spend a lot more money than women do dating. Because women, the expectation for women, for men, when we go on dates, is that you pay for the first date. Now, I don't have a problem. Like, if I ask a man out, I don't have a problem with paying. A lot of my friends be like, I'm not paying. But if you ask him out, why shouldn't you pay? Yeah. Right? I think that's only fair.
We like to go on dates, too. Take us on a nice date. Show us you really like us.
Spend your bread a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've always been like that. I don't know.
No, but first date, for sure, 100%.
The man should pay. 100%. And you should plan it too, guys. Don't ask a woman. I mean, unless
it just goes south. Like, if you're at a date and it just goes
no, I'm out of there. I might go say I'm going to the bathroom and be out on you. I'm not sticking around.
I don't know. I might be like, yeah, you paying for your stuff, sure.
Oh, really?
If it go crazy, I'm saying if she just wasn't what you expected it to be and she's just wild or something crazy happens, you never know. I might be like, yeah, this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
This one crazy right here.
She brought her 2 kids with her to
the
anything could happen.
Oh, do people do that?
I mean, I done seen everything online.
Oh my God.
You ain't see that one Instagram post when the shorty was trying to take some dinner back for her son? She was like, no, let me order another meal. This is for my son when I get home. And the guy was like, I'm not ordering.
I'm not paying for your son. I'm paying for yours. Like, ladies, that ain't right.
Yeah,
and if y'all doing that, that's grimy too. I can't. No. And it says, don't let your friends trick you out out of spot with a dude you really like or a man that's treating you well. Some friends have good intentions, but some secretly have ill will towards your happiness if they aren't happy in the same position as you. That makes sense. Wow. So he's saying don't let them trick you out of a good relationship. Don't let your friends keep you single, ladies.
Don't let your single friends keep you single with them because they try and party for the next 2 years.
No, it's funny because my girlfriends and I, because we're all single, we always talk about, we can't wait to be dating and just have a significant other because we want to travel together.
Exactly.
We want to be able to say, it's a husband and wife's trip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
haven't been able to experience that, but I think that would be fun. So we always talk about, when you have your little boo and I have my little boo, we're going to take a vacation together. We're going to go to Mexico. I think that's fun. So I don't know. It's like, I think if my girlfriends have men in their lives, like I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
Because who wants to be alone at the end of the day? And if you have someone that treats you well, then why not? Be happy. I think that's important. You know that thing y'all do when y'all get in a good relationship, y'all get all happy and then gain all that weight? Yeah, don't do that.
Who said that?
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Passionate Dame.
Yeah, don't be switching up on us.
There ain't no switching up because you won't be locked in.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. No, that weight gain is something fierce. But damn, come on, fellas, don't be like that.
No.
Don't be like that.
No, he just
I
said,
mean, are
don't
you
be
working
offended
out?
when I mention it to you and then you catch an attitude.
Yeah, nah. He said, don't do that. He said, you know that thing y'all do when y'all get in a good relationship? Y'all get all happy and then gain all that weight? Yeah, don't do that. He's saying don't gain all that weight.
Don't gain
it's
the
funny
weight.
because I dated somebody that would say to me all the time, like, if you get fat, I ain't attracted to fat.
Really?
I don't like fat. He used to say, I don't even like fat chicken.
That's crazy. Fat chicken.
Like, I don't like all that hormone,
Yeah.
chicken that the legs, the thighs is too big. I don't want that. So I don't want no fat woman. Like, I'd be like, what?
No, I think it's a line between it because I like thick women. So
Yeah.
I ain't going to be mad, but there is a overkill to it, you know?
Yeah. So what do you do? Like, because I feel like when anyone's happy, even men get fat when they happy in relationships. Like they get a gut. I don't do the gut thing, so I don't know.
See, look, then you can't
I
be
don't.
mad.
I don't. But I work out every day. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I want somebody
Same.
that wants the same things that I want. If you're working out, every day, I want to work out every day. But men, what are you doing are you helping her, with diet, helping her cook and that kind of stuff? Because I
Or
feel
you just
like
being judgmental.
yeah, because if she's in there cooking for you, are you making sure that she's doing healthy meals? Are you helping her meal prep? Because if you want to keep your girl right and tight, you're going to have to help in some way. The passion of Dame, are you doing that? Because you don't want a fat chick. So tell us what you're doing, okay? Because I feel like that can go both ways. A man can gain weight or the woman. Just goes both ways.
Or both of them at the same time.
Or both at the same
They both
time. So what are
enjoy
y'all
it.
doing to stay healthy? I think that's in a partnership. Health is wealth. And I think that you definitely need to work on that. So he said, this is Juice, DJ Walt. He said, we like reassurance and validation as much as you. And we want to be vulnerable with you. So show us that it's okay. But if you show us that it's not, then don't ever expect us to. So men like reassurance and validation. So that means that men like compliments?
Of course.
Oh.
Yeah, compliment us. Tell us we the GOAT.
Oh, man. So women like to hear compliments like, you look beautiful, you're pretty. So what kind of compliments, producer, do you think men want to hear?
Just...
Like, I believe in you.
Yeah, I believe in you. It
I
depends on what
trust
type
you.
of person it is. I see how hard you're working. Even food
I
could be a
acknowledge
compliment.
it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I cooked a hot meal for you. I see how hard you've been working. Anything
okay.
little things like that. But
I
definitely,
feel like I don't have to think about that because I feel like I do that anyway.
Yeah, it should be natural.
It should be
Nothing
natural,
that you
right?
think too hard
Because when you
about.
see a guy that's like, out there just hustling and just trying to build and, do better, it's like, that's attractive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm attracted to that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, he's on his hustle. Like, if he asked me, like, guy I'm dating, like if he come in and say, hey, I'm hungry and it's 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna get out the bed and fix my man a hot plate of food. Like if everything ain't frozen, you might get a hot sandwich, but
yeah, he gonna be thinking about that. Like, yeah, she made me that sandwich at 5 a.m.
Baby, I'm gonna get up.
Go a long way.
I'm serious because I feel like that's what a woman should do. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men, you know, I even ask, like, have you eaten today? Do you want me to fix you something to eat before we go to bed? Like, is that, I mean, but I feel like
men are simple. That's a
yeah,
compliment
that's so
to us right there.
But you know, I think that's a natural process to be able to, you know, it's natural. When you see somebody doing, like, getting their hustle on, that's something that you definitely want to praise and show them that they're valued and you really do appreciate everything that they do for you. That's what makes a man want to pay your bills and buy you them shoes and them handbags, girls. Got to know what you're doing.
She's dropping game for y'all right now.
I'm dropping big game for you. So I think that's something that we definitely, men's advice to women, that was something that I definitely wanted to touch on. And that's what we talked about that already. How do you know by looking at a person what their character traits are? Like,
yeah, that was a comment that y'all had, right?
Yeah, one of the comments that we had is like talking, you see somebody, you're seeing a podcast and you're commenting on what my quality traits are, or
that's being
characteristic
shallow to
traits
look at
are.
somebody.
Like that's crazy.
Just
to me,
put some descriptions on them based on what they look like, or even based on what they're talking about. If you didn't really have a conversation,
the angry
with them.
black woman. First of all, I'm Latina.
So you're wrong.
So you're wrong. The angry Latina, maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. I just feel like, you know, when I first started, when Trina and I first started talking about this podcast, we talked about, you know, I guess we didn't really think about, I'm going to say we talked about why we were doing it and why we wanted to do the podcast, but we never really thought about how people would perceive it.
Yeah.
And even as we think about the episodes, we never think about what someone's going to comment or how they're going to feel about the content. We're just speaking our truth. And at the end of the day, everyone has a right to their, you know, their own opinion, or they have the right to formulate their own opinion of me and Trina. Of course, I don't care. Comment, of course. If you want to call me the angry Latina, fine. Just get your facts straight.
Go start your own podcast.
Right, exactly. It's very easy.
Yeah.
Psych, it's not. It's a lot of work. If we didn't have Case on, we wouldn't be able to do this, really, to tell you the truth. But a lot of times, like I said, it's so much bullying out here.
For real.
And we don't even really, you know, think about the impact that negative comments have on people.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Just think about, you used to think of bullying just like in the school system, you know, and people saying things to other, like kids.
Yeah, now you're getting bullied at home. You're at home being bullied online.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. And adults are bullying adults.
Exactly.
Like, where the fuck is this world going to? Like, seriously, at the end of the day, I think about that. It's a little girl in New Jersey that just took her life. She killed herself. Yeah. And the sad thing was that she wanted to start, and I thought this was like a beautiful thing, that she was starting to go to the school board and say, hey, I want to start a trauma club. Instead of like a drama club or a book club or a math club or a science club, she said a trauma club. Yeah, what child, I think she was 11 years old, a little Latino girl. And it just really touched my heart because one is that these kids are out here being bullied and there's nothing that a parent can do to protect their kid. Because I'm going to tell you, when my kids were little, now I'm a 50-year-old woman. I'm going to tell you this. When my kids were little and they said somebody was doing something to them at the school, I'm taking their cousins up there the same age as the kids.
That happened a couple times. Yeah.
Well, how old is he? Oh, he in high school? Yeah. Oh, you're in high school bullying a middle school student? Yeah. Oh, I got somebody for you. Let me go get my little cousin.
Pick on someone your own size.
Pick on someone your own size. I don't know if parents are still doing that. Now you can go to jail for stuff like that.
I mean, parents are acting out and catching charges because the camera phones are out so much.
Exactly. But back then we didn't have access to phones like that. But I mean, a lot of times, you know, I was married at the time. My husband and I would be like, we're gonna call our baby cousin Baby cousin in 9th grade looking like he in 12th grade, but you about to get yours because you shouldn't be bullying my son.
Exactly.
That's in 8th grade. Like, seriously. But we don't think about that. But now it's so damn, I mean, it's serious. It was serious back then, but it's so serious now because kids are committing suicide behind being bullied. And even adults. I mean, there's people, adults. It was one that I seen, I think it was on Facebook. The mother was actually bullying the daughter.
Oh, I saw
online.
That. Yeah, the whole time.
She was online. She did a fake profile and was bullying her own daughter.
She's insane. Yeah, I did.
This was a prestigious basketball coach in some of the, I don't know if it was Wisconsin or Wyoming, but this is the mother bullying her own child. Like, at the end of the day, what are we doing, people?
And she was coaching her child too,
and
right?
she was coaching her in basketball.
Yeah, it's like, she didn't want her
and
to do
talking about her
basketball.
daughter. I don't know what. Do you think that that's going to make her a better basketball team? I mean, like a better basketball player? Is it going to make her a better person by you bullying her? What it's going to do is break her self-esteem, break, you know, her self-love or self-worth or self-value. Like, what are we doing out here when we're doing this to our own kids?
Yeah, she probably was jealous of her because she was maybe living out the dream that she wished she could have.
And I think she was trying to make her better, but at the end of the day, that's not making somebody better. Just like these kids being bullied. And even online, you guys are really extreme with bullying, you know, people online. Like, I don't know, you hide behind these fake profiles, or you see these profiles that are commenting and it's like one follower. Or,
exactly.
So we know you created it to be able to say, listen, if you got something to say it under your real profile so we know who you are.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest, right. Not behind the damn profile and just... I don't get it. It's like, why bully somebody else? What somebody is saying on social media, how is that impacting you? Are they talking about you? They're not.
Block them.
Why do you feel like, I know, but you know what? You shouldn't have to do that.
I know, really.
You shouldn't have to block people. I mean, I've had to block people off my profile before. And it wasn't because they said anything negative. It's just because first of all, I don't have anything against people from other cultures and living in other countries. But if you're from a third world country and you're reaching out to me and I'm in the United States, I'm not interested.
They trying to finesse you.
Yeah, you can't finesse me. I don't believe your wife died in a car accident and you're raising your daughter. Like, I don't believe that shit. So I blocked them immediately. Because when you start talking to me about, are you married? Do you have kids? It's none of your damn business. None of your damn business. Like, I blocked those profiles immediately because it just irks me that you're asking me all these questions and I don't know you.
Somebody falls for it though. That's why they continue it though. Somebody's
really
gonna fall for it.
And I'm gonna say you get a lot of those. You get a lot of, and then you get real people too that are asking you your age and how old are you and this and that, and I'd be like, too old for you. How old are you? Like, at the end of the day. But stop, bullying people. I think that it's so cowardly
100%.
to bully someone. Then you're hiding behind a profile. Be you if you want to bully somebody. If you want to comment and speak your truth, but speak your truth through who you really are.
And speak it respectfully.
And respectfully. You can respect, you know what, Kason? That's a good point.
100%.
Be respectful about how you say it or how you comment. A woman doesn't have to be a bitch. A man doesn't have to be lame or grimy or any of those things. I get it. But for you to out of context and say, these bitches are lonely and these angry black women and this and no, I think that's so disrespectful because you don't know us. You're watching a podcast and you have the right to your own opinion, but
keep
stop
watching
it.
though. Keep coming back and watching.
Yeah, keep coming back and watching. Keep coming back and commenting because I mean, some of the comments were really good because to be honest, I couldn't answer them. I was like, wow. But that's why we need a male perspective because at the end of the day, we don't think like you guys. Yeah. Women don't think like men and men don't really think like women. So I appreciate
who we are. That's why we need each other.
Exactly. Because that's how we balance each other out. So, once again, like I said, follow us on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Definitely, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok now, where we get the most comments is on TikTok. Do you know TikTok might go away? Hopefully not.
I know they said they banned it in all the schools in Florida, all the
Oh
colleges in
yeah,
Florida
all the
already.
colleges in Florida have already banned
That's
it, where you
crazy.
can't even log on to TikTok.
Yeah.
Employers are going to start doing that too, where you
Man.
can't.
I mean, but China. Think about how China just distanced themselves from us, and they
yeah.
have all our data. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is a little crazy. We need to stay awoke, like we said before. It's a lot going on in this world, so we know that, Kenya, Brazil, and China are no longer valuing the U.S. dollar. We need to stay awoke, people. There's a lot of stuff going on out here that we are not aware of.
Not ready for it.
Even with this AI technology.
Yep.
Pay attention.
Yeah, the
Pay
AI
attention.
game is getting crazy.
The AI
out
game
here.
is crazy out here. And
Yeah.
it's scary. I mean, for me, it's scary to even see what's coming.
Yeah, to even not even know what's around the corner. It's funny because when you was mentioning the guy having multiple girlfriends earlier, I was gonna say you could get an AI. There's an AI app for that where you could just copy her messaging and it writes a full message for you. And
Are you
send it back to
serious?
your girlfriend. Yeah.
What? Hell no. See, that's just too much
So if
for
he
me.
has the time, he got 5 seconds to copy your message in there and
And let the AI
generate
person
it.
listen to that, men. Ladies, remember
I'm
what we
helping
said
y'all.
here. He's just not that into you. Producer said it. He's just not that into you. If a man's not texting you or calling you and days go by, let that shit go. He ain't into you. Find you somebody that's going to text you every day. Good morning, beautiful. Hello, gorgeous. There's somebody out there.
Yeah, even if it's a mass message he's sending to a bunch of people.
That's okay.
I'm just talking shit.
No, but that's true though.
Yeah,
It's a guy out there that just copy and paste.
Yep.
Copy and paste. He gonna see who's gonna
Copy and
respond.
paste.
I'm serious. It's crazy. Dating is crazy at this. At where we are today in 2023. Dating is crazy. It's just a lot of crazy stuff. Stay awoke. Make sure that you're paying attention to things. It's a lot of this. I don't know what's going to happen with this currency thing. That's scary as hell, because what does that do to the U.S. dollar around the world and even nationwide for us? What happens to us when the dollar is not valued?
Yeah, it's already starting to look crazy for the economy right now.
The economy's going up.
Stocks.
Stuff is going.
Oh yeah, everything. Inflation.
Everything. Inflation is just crazy. What does that mean for employers, and employees and things of that nature? Start paying attention. I know, like I always say, live your life to the fullest
Every day.
and live every day as though it's your last. But we might have to save a penny for the next day, y'all, because we don't know where this is going.
Really
you know
don't.
what I'm saying? Look at different places to live, dual citizenship to live somewhere else, because the United States is not going to be that powerful nation. Hopefully not. It's, and it's funny because I seen something on Instagram where there was a lady talking and she said, it's because of the politicians and the people that we have running the country that is making us look fucking crazy. And you know what? She is right.
Yeah, that's true.
It's that there's no respect, because look at the politicians that we've had after Obama.
It went downhill.
Trump, you know what I'm saying? From then, even what we have now in office today. I mean, no, I'm not bashing Biden and Harris, and Kamala Harris, but it's like, what are you really doing for the American people? Mm-hmm. And guess what? The world is watching.
Like never before.
Like never before. The world is watching. Even when I go to Panama and my cousins are like, oh, the United States is, it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And it is, because a lot of stuff is changing. But our politicians have us looking like whole damn clowns out here.
Man,
paint your face white.
Yeah, exactly.
And put a damn red nose on, because that's what we looking like. I'm serious. It's crazy, but it's true.
Really though.
But the lady said that, and I stopped and I listened, and I was like, she's so right. Our politicians have got us out here looking crazy, and we're electing these people. Go out and vote, people.
It's serious.
When elections come up, 2024, we got to get out there and vote.
State of the Union depends on it.
Black and brown people, vote. You say that it doesn't count. It does count. Please vote. Please, please, please. I can't stress that enough. Anyway. Thank you for, watching us. Continue to watch us. Continue to like, follow, and share the Ritch Auntie podcast. It's Sunday, Easter. Enjoy your Easter with your family and friends. That's what I plan on doing.
Me too.
And make sure that you come back next Sunday. Deuces.